everyone. I hope you're doing well. I want to apologize in advance for my voice. I was waiting to film this and hoping that it would come back, but it has not. So please just bear with me, and thank you for being willing to listen to me. Today we're going to talk about learning to research effectively using the Gale and Context Science database. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Gale is. It's a database, basically overhaul, that houses thousands of credible sources covering a wide variety of topics. Gale OneFile is the primary name of the major database, and then from there, Gale created a bunch of smaller, more focused databases called Gale in Context. They not only have science as one of their subjects, but they also have environmental studies, world history, they have news, health and medicine, wellness, all of these different things in the hopes of making research more accessible to students, academics, anybody that needs their context. If you just start with Gale OneFile, you could be really overwhelmed by the hundreds of thousands of results. So having a bunch of different databases kind of with a smaller focus is super helpful, especially for students learning to research. And that's why we are using the science in context today, not Gale OneFile, just to make it easier to actually find something that you want to use and make it less overwhelming. And these databases house all sorts of materials, from peer-reviewed journals to scholarly articles to pictures, videos, audio recordings, everything. And I'm going to show you how to look at some of those things as we go through. So our goals today are to learn how to access, search, and evaluate content from Gale. And then we're going to make sure that you can use these topics, these articles, to support your claim. So we're going to look at your task in just a second to make sure that you remember what you're doing. But one of your tasks, or the main task, is to create a sales pitch as to why people should visit these tundras. And then you also have to look, or not tundras, I'm sorry, biomes. And as you look at these different biomes, you're going to look at things that could live there, things that do live there, why people should travel there. So we need to have enough research to answer those questions, as well as support your claim. So we're going to learn new search techniques, and we're going to understand how to find quality sources. So, your main task, like I said, create a sales pitch that would create people to, or convince people to travel. You can choose different methods of delivery. Those on the other page. Those are that piece is more for your teacher to answer, but I am here to help you with the research piece. So, if you see that your sales pitch must include a map of your biome, any landmarks or places tourists should visit, describe the weather, and then create a new and exciting fictional animal. Oh, that's fun. And so we'll look at some ways you can accomplish that as well. So your rubric, I bring this up just because down here where it says cite your sources, this is something that we need to make sure that we do. We need to have 3 or more quality sources, and the information needs to be included seamlessly, and we have to have proper citations, okay? So we're going to learn how to use the advanced search, the filters and topic categories to narrow down search results quickly. We're also going to look at important sources, creating citations, and accessing multimedia content. These skills will help you learn how to use this database effectively and successfully. All right, so let's go take a look at the Gale in Context. All right, so sorry, it already opened me to the advanced search page. So we're going to go back over here just so you can see what the home page looks like. So if you wanted to, you could totally start here, and you could type in by typing in Arctic tundra. Now, problem here. We have 555,000 academic journals, 1,333 magazines, 5 experience, 2 videos, and you can see the rest. We have a bunch of types of things. So, this is too much. This is overwhelming. One thing I will show you really quick though, even though this is kind of overwhelming, just to look at while we're here. So I mentioned the importance of your citations already via your rubric, but one of the things I'm going to show you with journals is how to cite your sources, because luckily Gale does it for you. You always have to double check and make sure that the sources are correctly formatted and aligned with your format guide, or whatever form your teacher wants you to use. But citing images can be kind of tricky, especially if you're getting them from the internet because you don't always know where they come from, or they could be already borrowed from multiple places. So if you can find images on like Gale or something like that, that's a great way to make sure your life is a little bit easier, because you could click on this. Look at this polar bear, so cute. And then you scroll down and look, your citation is right here. So you want to click whatever format your teacher wants you to, triple check, make sure it's correct. But you could copy and paste that into your assignment and you have credited your source, which is awesome. But let me back up. Sorry, I got excited about the pictures. And so we go back to our 5,555 results. Too many. We're going to back up again. Now we're going to click this advanced search button. All right. And so first thing we're going to do here, we're going to type in a term. If I could spell it right. Arctic tundra. Great. And so this field button here, you could, if you wanted to, you could change it so that way if the term Arctic tundra has to be present in the document title, you click that. And if you do that, the only types of documents that will come up literally have to have Arctic tundra in the title. That might be a bit tricky for right now, so let's leave it as keyword. Okay, and now if you want to do and, you could do Arctic tundra and vegetation. Okay, cool. That could help you create a new plant like you're supposed to do. So now let's search that. Oh, look, we narrowed down to 91. That's awesome. Okay, and so, oh, what's this one? Changing subarctic tundra vegetation upon permafrost. Oh, that's cool. Let's click on that. So what you would do, you click on it, you would read through it, say, oh, this helps my project. It may or may not. And then you come down here, look, your citation's done for you once again. Okay, so you can click the correct format and then copy and paste that right into your project. Super easy. Okay, so that is how you use the basic of the advanced search. Okay, so then let's go back. Okay, and then we're going to scroll down a little bit and you'll see the search limiters. Okay, so search limiters are ways to make sure that you're getting the type of sources that you want. So if you only want full text documents, which honestly is pretty helpful, depending on what access your school has to Gale, like their version of the subscription, it may not always be that you have access to every single piece of work within the database. So if you want to make sure that you can access the entire paper or article or magazine or whatever, that's helpful to click as well. If for a project you have to have a peer review journal, I didn't see that on your rubric that you have to have peer review journal, so we're not going to worry about that right now. But if you wanted to, or you do something later that you have to have peer review journal or a scholarly article, you can click that and it'll limit and make sure that the only things that come up on your search results fit that profile. Also, sometimes in science classes, you're told that that your sources have to be within the last 10 years or whatever to make sure that they're relevant. So you could say after 2016, okay? And it would show you things that have only been published from 2016 up until now, 2026. And so that could save you a lot of time and effort as well. And then down here, like I said earlier, these databases have a variety of different types of content. And so you could click academic journals, or you could click images if you wanted more pictures, or maybe if you were looking for your map. This could be super helpful to use and find like an image of a map that you can use, and it will also cite it for you. And then also if you want statistics, maybe if you're looking at like global warming type of things, you could look at stats. If you want magazine articles or news articles from these biomes, that would be great. Those are great references. Videos are also cool. If you're not allowed to use those as sources, they can still be helpful for you and your understanding of the information that you're reading. So let's real quick, now that we're up here, let's try something else. What was another one? Let's see. Let's do desert and animals. If I could type again, sorry. Animals, okay, and then we have our 2016. I'm not going to click any content type. I am going to click search limiters to full text documents. Let's do images actually, just so we can see. Let's see what we got. Oh, no results. Okay, too narrow. My bad. So then let's go back to everything. There we go. So I'm guessing that because we did the images within the last 10 years, it was too broad or too narrow. And so if that happens, then just expand your search. So go back a few more years. I doubt that pictures care. It matters for pictures within the last 10 years or not. But that's a good skill to know that sometimes things are too narrow and you may have to go back and redo some things. Oh, that one's cool. Stability of kangaroo rat burrows. Interesting. Okay. But anyway, those are some basic search techniques of how to look for different types of content. One more thing I want to show you. I know you might not like this one, but just to show you how to do it, you could always download sources. You can download it and it'll like go automatically to your computer, or you could add it to your Google Drive so that way you don't lose it, or you can email it to yourself as well if that's helpful. I normally like to just download things because I like them all on my computer and so I can go back and reread them as much as I want. But you can do whatever makes you feel better. Okay. So one last thing I want to show you. I created a little handout. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. I made a little handout to show you, to remind you of the things that we've talked about today. So if you click on this, you can get the link to the database we were just on. And then I walk you through once again how to do some of the advanced searching we talked about, the tips and tricks. And then also one more thing that I didn't have time to show you is the topic finder. The topic finder is up there where we saw the advanced search. Well, I can go back. I'll show you. We'll continue session. Advanced search. Sorry. Okay, look, topic finder is pretty cool. So up here with the advanced search, you could type in Arctic tundra. And this is a really good tool if you need more help. Like if you don't really know where to start, this gives you a bunch of ideas that you can search within the tundra topic. And then it just pulls up all these articles next to it. So you can click what you think is interesting or most helpful. Like this one says tundra ecology, plant. That could help you create your plant. All sorts of things. But anyway, I told you how to do that on here. And then I also reminded you how to do the search limiters and find your citations. So please remember that you're always welcome to come and see me if you need any help with your project or with anything else. Use your one-pager for quick reminders, and shoot me an email or come see me if you need any help with your project. Best of luck to you.